Welcome everybody, it is round 5 here at Spa-Francorchamps. Endurance round. Ooh. Welcome to the world of Circuit de Spa-Francorchamps. It is 11 o'clock in the morning for the big boy session. It's a big day for the boys here. It's gonna be an hour and 15 minutes. We already had it for the start, or for the round 5 of the Super Trofeo series. However, it is in the middle of the day, so at least, you know, it's not too bad. Track temperature 22 degrees Celsius, 72 degrees Fahrenheit. And I think the boys will be much more appreciated that it'll not be, you know, slippery death. Craig, what do you think?
Good evening, Rob. Good evening, everybody. I'm looking forward to it. One thing as well is for qualifying in Super Trofeo Series, the humidity was 69%. It's not that tonight. It's 57%. A little bit down, which would be fantastic. You won't get that sliding. Just what they want to see. Qualifying in practice, we were seeing 216s from some of the top guys. Amateurs were busting out some 218s with a couple 217s. That's what we're looking forward towards. That's what we're hoping for. Our man Simon Dodd is the first man out on track and will be the first man to set a lap time. He's coming around. They're on their out laps. Remember, endurance racing, so they do get the hyperpole. Let's run down while we're looking at the amateurs quickly. The amateur points, how they stand at the moment. And the top 3 are poised. Chris Chatterton leads the way with 358 points. Andrew Miller is second with 340. And Callum Beaumont, who has beaten me twice. Not this week, though, just twice overall in IMSA. 304.
Still 100%, you know, just not salty about it.
Not salty about it at all. Not salty about it at all. Callum Beaumont third with 304. Matthew Heatrick is on 266 in fourth, and a tie for fifth. Akon Linmo and Zachary Ayama on 260 apiece. So you can just see that any of those 3 guys could just climb up and take a podium there. Josh Rayfield 7th with 252. Thomas Dandridge 8th with 232. Then Henning Haig with 224. And our boy, well, your man crush, Simon Dodd with 222 in 10th position. That's right. I said your man crush.
Mr. Dodd himself. Just because I'm man crush. I mean, come on. Though,
Yeah,
to be fair,
you can have it.
To be fair, it is a lot different. We're seeing the big boys with M4s, Lamborghinis, Ferraris. We see one McLaren MP412C. Just the one. I feel like I feel like he feels he's more alone than ever before. The poor man of Sean DeCampbell.
No.
DeCampbell. Where is he anyway?
No. It's the amateurs right now, Rob, not the pros.
Yeah, I know it's not the pros, but I'm trying to figure out if he's even in the session or not.
Oh, he is. He is. Do not worry about that. He's in the session. Simon Dodd's coming up to Blanchimont. He will be the first car to set a lap time. Very key fact about Blanchimont. It's one of the toughest corners around on this track, just because you've got to make sure you take enough speed off and then put the speed on at the right time. We had half a dozen, at least, people dead or killed cars in the Super Trofeo series on Monday night, and some of them weren't amateurs. Don't think they're the big boys in their big toys. Don't make mistakes. They all did. Simon Dodd will be the first car, and it's a 2:18.791. Second slower than what he normally does in practice. Zachary Yama throws in a 2:18, but Nick Critterton leads the way with a 2:17.652, and then to Heading Hague a 2:92. Times are coming in right now. Matthew Heatrick with a 2:18.531. Callum Beaumont with 2:18.524. Alex Homerson with a 2:18.540. Josh Rayfield, by the way, had an invalid lap. Andrew Miller throws in a 2:17.946. Remember, as these names keep going up the timing board because their times are fast. Top 5 go forwards to the hyperpole.
And it is hyperpole for both amateur and pro. Top 5 of each class will go and take one more crack at the whip to see if they can get pole position, but only if they were fast enough to even qualify for it. Chris Chatterton is currently in that bubble. He just posted a 2:18.514 for the boys. Now the pros, they were doing 2:16s, so definitely going to be having to pull the sleeves up, see what kind of lap times they can do. Thomas Dandridge, Hakon Eidelimo, Levi Johnson, Mark Fleming, Leiden Lee, Liam Ahern, Josh Rayfield have all not set a lap time, so they'll have another go. If I get top 5, can somebody yell at me to not forget about hyperpole this time? Sean, I think the both of us, myself and Craig, will absolutely be like, Sean, you're in hyperpole, don't leave the session. But we'll wait. We'll wait for that to come around.
I think the best thing to do is, where is he in Discord? We'll just drag him in and just stay live on air. Sean! Oh no, he's not here. We can't do it. Yes, we could do that. We could do that if we need to. That'd be hilarious.
Sean, you're hyperpole. You got hyperpole.
Hyperpole. All right, here comes the amateurs for their second crack at the whip. Their second lap. Simon Dodd, the first one to cross the line. He is P10. Can he get high? That's the question. What does he do? It's a 2:18.353. That's good. That's good. Josh Rayfield goes in with a 2:18.402. Not good enough. Zachary Yama's days. P4. 2:18.324. Nick Critterton gets pole position back in the heading. Hague throws in a 2:17.860. That's a nice time. Andrew Miller's about to cross the line. Alex Homerson, don't think he improves. He does not. Andrew Miller, can he improve? That would be vital for him. Comes across the line. It's pole. 2:17.406. Now, is there any more cars? I think John Williams might be the last one. Do not quote me on that. Rob might correct me on that.
I'm trying to correct you. I'm not sure myself. It's hard to judge sometimes. Dean Timms crossing the line.
Yeah,
he
David
didn't
Meakin's
improve.
the last one.
Hakon Ida Lidmo crossed in the line. He didn't set a lap time. Does he set a lap time now? He sets a lap time now. He goes third position. He pushes Mark Bailey out, and Callum Bowman's now in the bubble. Oh, wait. Well, he is in a bubble. He's actually the last to be able to qualify for amateur. So, your top 5 in amateur. Andrew Miller of Midland Sim Racing. Not Simland Mid Racing, which I'd like to apologize right on air for that. Nick Crittenden. Akon Idalidmo. Henning Haig and Callum Beaumont. The 5 of them are going for Hyperbubble. But now, it is time to see what the pros are able to do.
And what can the pros do? Let's just quickly run down for everybody. Let's build up the suspense. The pro field, it's looking very interesting at the top of the table right now. Sean Campbell still leading the way, 338 points in that McLaren. Thomas Axe second with 320. That's a good battle between there. And how about we throw Chris Danes in there as well with 314? It's safe to say those 3 are in a world of their own right now. Christian Furs is 4th with 222. So 90 points behind. And remember, there is one drop week, sorry. So you know there's going to be that. James Armstrong will be 5th then with 220. Casper de Court 6th with 208. Harry Melvin 7th with 204. Jonas Dreyer 198. Alfie Rigby 192, and a 3-way tie for 10th. So technically a 2-way tie. Louis Eggerson, Milan Tikins, and Jesse Jones 176. What I see there, Rob, is look how close it is for everybody outside the top 3. And then look how close the top 3 is. That's fantastic.
Where's Ma on the list?
Where is Ma on the list? Well, Ma is 5th with 220.
And the gap between Ma and the next person?
2 points. And it's Christian Furs in 4th with 222.
So it'll be Audi R8. It'll be the Audi R8 and the Audi R8, actually. The 2 of them are both in Audi, so it'll be down to the driver and how they set up the car. Can someone ask Daniel Merchant what the score is in the football?
Yes. No, I'm sorry. I'm too busy watching the space launch at the same time.
It is a BBS. This is our version of the BBS, except we just commentate and we watch cars go around.
The BBS.
I've never bulletin board system. You've never been on a bulletin board.
Oh,
you're older than
right. Yeah, okay. I know. No, okay. Look, I remember. I just never called it a BBS. Okay, I called it a forum.
You're probably one of the shills that had CompuServe. Yeah.
CompuServe? Rob, just because I'm old, I only had internet in my house in 2001. Okay?
Do you know what the worst thing is? We probably had internet before you did.
And it was a dial-up, and it was a take the phone out of the socket and plug it into the computer.
We had to split ours. We split ours. You know, we had a splitter.
We didn't get a splitter. We didn't get a splitter until we got broadband. We didn't get broadband till 2005, and we still don't have fiber in our village. Fiber's coming very shortly this year for our village.
I think you're gonna be beside yourself when you actually get down on speeds that are greater than the meg.
Oh, I can't wait. I cannot wait.
I tell you, right? When we got fiber to our home, I saw it being like dug in because it's exceptionally visible because at home we had it, you know, coming in over the lines on the telegraph poles. And when we got fiber put in, I was just like, I can do so much now.
All I know is when I go to the Insomnia Land events in England, and they haven't happened for a year now because, you know, things. Literally, the people that got there early on the Thursday would get in, and the first thing they would do, or the last thing they would do on the Monday, was load up Steam and download and update everything, because it was like some of the biggest speeds that you ever would get, full stop. And especially when you don't have 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people flooding the lines. Yeah, getting those download speeds, it would just be like that, a snap of the finger.
Yeah. I mean, they'd have a T1 line probably directly into the facility then, in that case.
They probably do. And oh dear!
Who's cursed?
Sorry, I'm just watching the space launch. Proper smoke and nothing happens.
Oh.
No!
And this, ladies and gentlemen, is how Craig King cursed the Space Dash launch. It was delayed by 20 minutes, and now it's going to be delayed until tomorrow.
No, it's a failure.
Oh, okay.
Literally, the countdown went to 0, and then nothing happened. It was aborted. Anyway. Anyway, forget about abort. They're not aborting here. The first car across the line will be Casper de Court. A little bit of a slide on that BMW. What will he set? Jonas Dreyer is behind him. We'll wait to see. 217.764. What about Jonas Dreyer? He does set a pole with 216.862. Lance Teekins with a 216.940. Will Egby at 217.254. We're waiting to see others. I think James Armstrong might have just gotten a off-track. He did. Milan Teekins second. Will Egby third. Christian Furs as well with an off-track. Thomas Axe at 217.334. I'm waiting now to see where is Sean Campbell. He's all the way in 6th after Jensen throws in a 216.634. Campbell, championship leader, 217.289. Now he's 7th as Harry Wills throws in a 216.868.
So the people that have not qualified in Pro, Louis Eggertson, James Armstrong, Christian Furs, Alfie Rigby.
Campbell's in the wall! Campbell's in the wall! Sorry! Campbell's lost it at Blanchimont. He's lost it at Eau Rouge. He's done. He pushed the car to the limit. And did the car... Yeah, car said no. He got up Eau Rouge, went into Raidillon, hit the curb, car bounced, and the car said no. Championship leader is going to be starting 7th at the best.
That is exceptionally unfortunate.
And can I just say, he was the fastest car in practice. The fastest car in practice by 2/10 of a second. And he's going to be starting 7th at best. And when you've got guys like Christian Furs, who did not set a time, and will probably set a time, and Danes and Armstrong, that P7 could be a top 10, just like that. High drama.
I mean, it...
You mean?
Sorry. I was responding and then I lost my train of thought. I mean, you can at least sit back and wait for people to sort of get themselves sorted out. He'd be in the middle of the pack though.
You have to rely on this racing that they're going to do. Does anybody improve at the front? I'm not entirely sure. Christian Furs with a 217.266. He does go 7th. He pushes Campbell down a position. Milan Teekins get P2 at 216.7 flat, and James Armstrong throws in a 216.847. Louis Eggerson comes into 8th. Again, shoves Campbell down another position. So that's now Campbell, the championship leader, in 10th. Alfie Rigby's about to cross the line. What does he say? It's a 216.682. He goes 2nd. And I think Matthias Jensen, does he go faster? No. 216.634. I believe that's it. So, yeah, high drama. Championship leader Sean Campbell will start 11th.
Which is absolutely where he does not want to be.
Wow. I'm a little bit shocked at that.
I mean, it's Spa. It can still throw a curveball every now and again. Especially with GT3s.
Yeah, no. And we know what it's going to be like when it comes down to... when it comes down to endurance racing. We saw a lot of that with Daytona. We saw a lot of it with the Super Trofeo series as well. Where they just had, group pack racing, wait for a bit, and then go for the pits. Some guys fuel saving. So it's going to be very interesting to see what happens. But we do have... Still can't believe they're still looking at the support. They might actually get that spaceship off. I should stop looking. We do have a hyperpole. Top 5 in Pro, top 5 of AM, and they will go out in that order of each position. So Matthias Jensen will be the first out of the stalls, out of the pit lane. followed by Alfie Rigby, who's coming up right now. Milan Tikins will be behind them, then James Armstrong, and then Jonas Dreyer will be in 5th. And then when it comes to the amateurs, we have to go all the way down to Andrew Miller will lead the way for the amateurs, followed by Nick Critterton, followed by Hakon Lindmo, Henning Haig, and Callum Beaumont.
I imagine willing to place my bets. I'm willing to place my bets on Mr. Miller of Simland Mid Racing. Yes, I did that intentionally.
You know they're going to hate you for that.
Yes.
They're going to hate you for that.
Yes, I know. It's going to be a showdown between the slow-mo guys and Midland Sim Racing. It's to see who really get... I mean, to be fair, top 5 AM is literally just the two of them teams just chucking themselves in together. And then, what's Crittenden? Is he... What is he? What team is he part of? He's VRT, sorry. So he's the odd one out.
But even still... No, nothing.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But like, in amateur especially, it's literally like, it's teams, and then we have we kind of have the same thing in a pro actually. Matthias Jensen and Alfie Rigby, RSR versus, Milan Tikins and Armstrong of Podium. Oh no, I was supposed to say Podium.
Project Dynamic.
Project Dynamic.
And there's Jonas Dreyer on his own.
And Jonas Dreyer is just like bolted into the back of the bus, and it's just like, all right guys, just let me slip in. How about that? Let me slip in there first. Yeah, I'll give you all cookies. How about that? What do you mean I can't slip into first? What?
He might slip into first. That would be fantastic if he slipped into first. Kai, I'm sorry I let you down, boys. No. Well, it would have been fun. I don't think RSR's had all free cards in the Hyperpole before, so that would have been interesting. Harry Wills also came so close though to getting around and getting in the Hyperpole. That would have been nice to see. So I'm going to put this. I'm going to put the same prediction, Rob, that I put out on Monday. It might be right, it might be wrong. I said Monday that we weren't going to see any positional changes at Hyperpole in the pros, and we were going to see changes in the AMs. And what happened? I think it was Callum Beaumont took pole in the AMs with the Hyperpole. The top 2 drivers did actually set better lap times in their first attempt for Hyperpole in the pros. But no one changed positions when it came to the pros, and it was just I think it was one or two position changes in the AMs. I think we could see that again, especially when you realise in the AMs we do have we've got a BMW of Andrew Miller on pole. We have an Audi, followed by a Ferrari. So we've got a mixed match of everything here. We know the Ferrari GT3 is very strong on the straights. We all remember what happened when they accidentally put the wrong figures in for the Ferrari, and the first week of the season at VRS was Spa, and it was just a Ferrari fest. Do you remember that? I don't think you remember that, do you?
No, I don't.
They made it that it had like amazing top end speed because they reduced the drag they had. I think that's what it was, and everyone was like, "Oh no!" Literally, first 3 weeks of the season in VRS, Ferraris. Like, you had Spa, I think you had Daytona, I think maybe. But you had tracks with with long straights where you could utilize top-end speed, and everyone was just driving Ferraris.
Yeah, because you essentially got a free performance uplift for nothing.
Yeah.
Like, you could theoretically, you could either keep it at the same, same rake setup as you had it before, and be a bit faster, on the straights, or you could do an uptick on the rake, so increase your downforce, but without having the extra drag cost. So essentially, you were faster in the corners than everybody else. I'm
just watching Matthias Jensen. He comes around. He had a little bit of a slide going to late 4. just a little bit. The back is kicked out a little bit. Shouldn't be too much of an issue. You can tell he's pushing. Alfie Rigby might have just got an off track. Pretty sure coming on the exit of late form there, he had an off track. So we won't keep our eyes fixed on Rigby. But of course, top 5 in each class do come out in that order. So we will go down the order. Haven't seen, I'm touching, or I'm knocking on my head, as I always say. Haven't seen anybody die at Blanchemont yet. I probably have cursed it. We'll see. Jensen's coming up to the bus stop right now. He'll brake at the dirt patch that everybody uses. Comes around, down into first gear, goes up, doesn't hit the sausages. Very nice. And just taps the sausage on the edge there of the exit of the bus stop. What will he take? Jensen crosses the line. It is an 2:16.644. Not good enough. Rigby is not, but Tinkers will, 2:16.534 will take pole position. Nothing for Armstrong, invalid. Nothing for Dreyer, invalid. We go to the amateurs. Andrew Miller, invalid. Nick Crittenden, invalid. Linmo, 2:17.451. Faster. He goes up to second. Henning Haig, 2:17.808. Hang on, is that the same time he set before? No, it is faster. Sorry, it is faster, but not fast enough to take another position. And Callum Beaumont, invalid.
So it is now down to seeing if Milan Tikins can hold pole position from Matthias Jensen. Alfie Rigby can. Well, he's not going to be setting another lap. That is him off on Lake Kuhn. Let's see what happened to him. What happened to the poor boy? Here he comes down. Speck in the wind. There he is. And the car just said no.
Very weird place.
Yeah, we're having a lot of that where the car just, that Lamborghini, if you don't drive it just right, like I'm talking about, you have to be like, feeding, just feeding in the throttle, just making sure it's cared for. You just get the situation where it's just like, yes, I'll just, fall off the side of a cliff now.
Yes, I would like to give up, please. Thank you.
No, it's not even asking that kindly. It's just like, I'm giving up, and there's nothing you can do to stop me.
So we've got 3 pro drivers left. Tikins decided that was enough with that 2:16.534, and then we still want to happen. Of course, Jonas Dreyer will start in 5th. But Jensen's going to be the first man again to try and set a lap time. He has to find a 10th. Just over a 10th. In fact, exactly a 10th to match Tikins. Oh, he's got wide at the bus stop. He's overcooked it into the first part of the bus stop. That may be it. Tikins may get a pole position. We'll just see when he crosses the line. What does he get? 17.132. Not good enough. Rigby crosses the line. Invalid. We know Armstrong. What does he do? He decided no. So let's look at the amateurs. Andrew Miller, does he get his pole back? No. Linmo, he did have his pole, sorry. Linmo parks the car. Crittenden comes across the line. Not faster. Henning Haig, what does he get? A little bit of a wobble. I think that means it's not faster. It's invalid. Callum Beaumont will cross the line. It's not faster. So, 2 positional changes, but one big one. Milan Tikins in Hyperpole takes the pole.
It is a Lambo on pole in GT3 class. I don't think anybody... It's all gone silent. What happened? Everybody dead? Am I alive? Craig?
Hello.
Gave me a fright there. God damn.
I was trying to do I was trying to do like the tumbleweed noise, and like my microphone's not picking it up. Yeah.
Oh my god.
Milan Tikins, by the way, pole 2:16.534. Matthias Jensen with 2:16.634 in second. Alfie Rigby with 2:16.682 takes third. Followed by James Armstrong for 2:16.847 and Jonas Dreyer with 2:16.862. Look how close it is. Then Harry Wills in sixth with a 2:16.868. Missed hyperpole by 0.006 of a second. Kayaski finishes in seventh with a 2:16.902. Will Igby, we're in the 17s now. Will Igby at 2:17.119 is 8th. Louis Eggerson, 2:17.256 is 9th. Christian Furs at 2:17.266, 10th. Sean Campbell, championship leader, 11th. 2:17.289. And Thomas Actor with 2:17.334. That's a yellow name. That must mean it's an amateur, because Andrew Miller is pole for the amateurs with a 2:17.406 with that BMW, and Hakan Lindmo using the Ferrari to his advantage. Second in the amateurs, 2:17.451. Quick dip back to the pros with Casper de Court there, 2:17.5 flat. And then Nick Critterton for the amateurs at 2:17.652. Followed by Henning Haig with a 2:17.809. And very close between Callum Beaumont and Mark Bailey. Nothing between them. Beaumont at 2:17.977 on my screen, and Bailey on my screen at 2:17.978. Julian Bell with 2:18.120. We're in the 18s right now, and Chris Chatterton at 2:18.254. Zakaria Yamal will take a 2:18.328, and Simon Dodd with a 2:18.353. Josh Rayfield with 2:18.402. Matthew Heatrick with a 2:18.486. Harry Melvin, 2:18.522. Again, identical time to Thomas Dandridge, although one's a pro, one's an amateur. A 2:18.522 again for Dandridge. Alex Homerson, 2:18.540. David Meakin with a 2:18.770. Liam Ahern, 2:19.020. Dean Timms at 2:19.316. John Williams with a 2:19.578 is the last of the qualifiers, as Chris Dane in the pros, Lyden Lee, Levi Johnson, Mark Fleming, and then James Pierce did not set a time.
So, an hour and 50 minutes comes up. We are going to see, more than likely, a very timid and very cautious start to the race. I imagine so, anyway. Your predictions?
My predictions?
Yes, yes, indeed.
I think Sean Campbell's got a lot to prove, and the problem is he going to push too hard and cause an accident? I doubt it, because we're looking at a 75-minute race. Let's just put that down again. 75-minute race. 2 mandatory pit stops. This isn't like an hour-long IMSA like it was last week. This isn't like a European Sprint Series. This is longer. This requires more time. So I don't think he'll rush to the front. He won't do a Michael Schumacher when he was trying to win the championship from Mika Hakkinen and then the engine goes. He's going to take his time. Probably use the pit stops to his advantage. Who was the driver we saw use that to his advantage on Monday? Wasn't it Jonas?
Was it Jonas Tree?
Oh, someone's gonna correct me. Someone's gonna correct me now, and I'm gonna be like, "Oh, I feel so annoyed that I didn't get that right." I think it was Jonas Dreyer. Underfueled the first pit stop, and managed to climb up 5 places, and because of that was able to avoid battling in the main group in the middle of the pro field. So that's one to think about. But if we get a Daytona again, and it's possible that it is possible that we might get just group racing once again. Everyone just sets themselves up and we get group racing.
Crossing my fingers. Crossing my fingers.
So, what do we do while we're waiting, Rob? We talk about what's happening in
the news.
Motorsport.
The news.
The race session's gone live. Wow, we've talked for so long. The race session's gone live. I'll tell you one thing that's just come out in the last, literally as we've been doing qualifying, Rob, and everyone's going to be groaning that I'm mentioning this. I mean everyone's going to be groaning that I'm mentioning this.
All right, I'm prepared.
News about NASCAR. So, Bristol, the first race at Bristol, coming up soon, which, by the way, will be in, I'm pretty sure, it is in the Season 2 patch. Bristol Dirt. They're going to... it's interesting because they use the normal... They use this, random draw or, to, work out where you were into where your qualifying is, so that but interesting, there's no live pit stops. They will not be pitting And this is the thing that scares me. They will not be pitting during the green flags.
So what happened? So let me get this straight. How will they pit then? If it goes green through all of it?
So they can only change tyres and take fuel during the breaks of the stages when the field will be frozen. So they literally have to wait for either they can't even do it during the safety car, the pace car. They have to do it. I know, it sounds crazy. They have to do it between the stages, which makes me groan. But that's going to be fantastic. And also, there were some issues, but they're getting used to it. But I don't know if I don't know if you've seen any of the photos. I tried showing you the photos, but one of the things that is happening with this, where they've actually taken the safer barriers down at Bristol, so they've got more room to race on dirt. Because obviously, with they are going to be the cup cars. They probably will be running the low horsepower package like they would do for short track racing, because it's Bristol. But because you're sliding all the time, you don't really need all that cushioning. I know that sounds dangerous.
You need torque.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the barriers, the safer barriers that have been taken down. To give them more room to slide, they've taken the barriers down. And they just put old school back. They've got basically just the boards, not just like the old school barriers up.
Oh, right.
So
I mean,
it's gonna be fun
if you're a NASCAR fan.
Well, I am a NASCAR fan, and I've never watched a dirt race on for NASCAR. Not even when the trucks go.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not a fan.
I know you're not a fan. It's fine. But there was some other news today, wasn't there? Did a couple of cars get released?
I know the Aston Martin did.
Yeah, and the McLaren. Hamilton's been sent a tweet today posing on the tyre. Literally, the post. It's a photo of the car with him sitting, like Spider-Man pose. Sorry, on the tyre. Not the full pose, but if I say that, you understand when I say he's not sitting. He's got his feet. He's like crouched down with his feet there.
Mm-hmm.
And again, the Mercedes is gonna look the same. Seeing all that green on the Aston is really weird. We haven't seen a green since Jaguar. No, sorry, since Lotus. And it's weird. It's weird to see that much. It's weird to see that much green. Maybe it's me. Maybe a Formula One car is so narrow that having it all green just doesn't look right. If you put a GT car in green, I'd like it. I don't know. That's like the only motorsport news that has been going on. Obviously, no Formula E. Formula E happened in the weekend. We all know what happened with the Formula E and NASCAR. They're going to Las Vegas this week, by the way, NASCAR, and it could be one of the last times, or could be the last time they go to this configuration of Las Vegas. Why is that important? Well, because they're changing it to something that was designed by iRacing, or helped design by iRacing, because they're turning it into a short track. So that's gonna be quite interesting to keep eyes on, because short track racing, it's fun, but I like Las Vegas. The racetrack, I don't know if Las Vegas is a good place to go. I don't know. Not really on my bucket list for going to America, I've got to be honest. Maybe if you're just like going by just to say I've been down the strip, if I'm on like a tour of America, but I don't think I'd like to go into Las Vegas. Just putting it out there, I think if you had to go on a tour to Las Vegas, you have to go to New York. Grand Canyon, definitely. I think you've got to go to... I think you got to go to California. Just for what it entails. I'd like to go to Charlotte. I've been in Charlotte for all of 2 hours on on a change flight.
And an excursion.
No, on a change flight. I had to go from Pittsburgh to Charlotte to London. And unfortunately, because the plane was delayed due to storms in Charlotte to get the plane there, to Pittsburgh originally, I got to Charlotte. I made a mad dash to... Well, not a mad dash. I made a hastily walk to the gate of my plane. Stood there for 5 minutes, and then they said, we're now starting to board. And we were in that line for about 30 minutes before we finally got moving. So I didn't really get a good look at the Charlotte airport either. But there was loads of motor racing and loads of NASCAR stuff there. And, like, banners of, like, every area with, like, stock cars everywhere. So... Yeah, Charlotte just for what it entails when it comes to, motorsports. As much as that sounds weird, because I don't really attribute Charlotte a lot with motorsport, but then again, it creates, a lot of the NASCAR teams are based there, so I should do, if you see what I mean. IMSA as well. It's definitely IMSA as well. No, I can't really think. It's one of those things, if you were asked on the spot where you like to go on a road trip of America, you couldn't do it right away. You have to, like, think about it. And unfortunately, I'm an impulsive guy, and I do it on impulse. And I wouldn't be able to do it on impulse because you have to plan it out ahead. Another window. They literally, Rob, they aborted as the rockets were... Yeah. Literally, I can't see.
Bono, my tires are gone. Once again, please help me.
I'll be able to watch it back.
I mean, to be fair, yeah, they could do that. I mean, you don't have to watch it now. You just have to watch it at some stage. At some stage.
I know a lot of people love watching it back. Just a lot for our banter and a lot for the racing.
Exactly.
So. Anyway, the pros are about to get off. I say they're getting off. They've just left the grid. Or what is the grid? Because they are. I'm just thinking, is this the first time we've seen a Project Dynamic car on pole position this season?
I think it is.
Not including...
We'll be starting them off as they get to green. And it will be on his go. And off they go. Green flag going, waving for four. I mean, it is a sea of cars, but let's get over that. As that is Sean Checo.
Oh, a little bit of a tweak at the back as well from Josh Rayford and Matthew Heath.
You seen that right?
3 places.
3 places already? Yeah. Great start there from Campbell. But you just see the procession. You've got this product off the line. They're almost going to go 3 wide right here. In fact, Eggerson wants to look at it. Will else? I think somebody had some down. Yeah, Chris Danes.
The gap is now 0.6 of a second between them two. I think. Let me just try and investigate. I'm still doing investigative.
Eggerson is still trying to push Campbell every ounce he can. But the more these two get stuck behind, the more you've got to start thinking Campbell needs to get by. He's only doing 2:18s. He's a second off the pace. He's now 5 seconds, behind everybody. Wills with a big off track there coming out of Raidillon. That might set. Miller is just on a warpath. 3 seconds already in the lead, and I do touch wood when I say that, or knock on wood, as they say in America. Hakon Lindmo, Nick Critterton, and Callum Beaumont. And then let's put Henning Hagen there, because why not? All 3 of them having a little bit of a battle. Second separates second to fourth in the pros, and in fact they can. No, sorry, not second to fourth, second for fifth. Sorry, I do see 4 cars there. I'm not sure what I was looking at the moment, but Lindmo starting to pull away. Critterton's just got that slipstream. Just got to be very careful when they go, and then of course behind them is the 2 Eclipse Ferraris as they continue to battle on. We'll just keep looking. It's a quiet period at the moment. We don't expect a lot of people darting right now for a move or darting for position. Teekins is just having fun at the front. Alfie Rigby just takes an off track. I was looking at the front there. Teekins, Jensen, Rigby. Those three, and I think you throw in Armstrong as well. It does feel like they're just there for a little bit of a ride. They just want to just stay around and then set themselves up again. So, of course, Rigby and Jensen racing so close just allows them to have a little bit of lifting, a little bit of fuel saving. Look at that, 218.1 of 3.8 for Rigby, a 218 flat for Teekins. Again, a 218.1 for Jensen, a 218.2 and a 218.3. Campbell still battling with Harry Wills, and really is a question of when does he make that overtake. And I think, are we doing okay now?
I think we are. I mean, YouTube was having a bit of a moment.
Well, we'll knock on wood. We'll hope for the best, that everything's going well. You're watching the amateurs go by. I've got my eyes on Sean Campbell trying to make a move into Lay Coombe on Harry Wills. And of course, if Harry Wills is in a corner with somebody, he's taking it too wide. Too wide go Wills and Campbell through Lay Coombe and then into Malbody. They went too wide. Eggerson, sorry, done a move, has he? I'm just seeing Campbell still trying to make this move stick on Bruxelles. They're not going to go too wide into No Name. Wills are going to trend this too wide into No Name. They are, you know. Too wide into No Name, and that sets up Wills to the inside of Pouhon. Can he make this stick? But Campbell with a better line. Wills tucks in behind him. Finally, Campbell makes that move. It's never easy when you're facing Mr. Too Wide. It's never easy. Yes, I called him to Mr. Too Wide again.
I can't believe you called him too wide.
Yeah. I'm sorry.
We're back. Well, I mean, we never went away. It's just that YouTube was having its unfortunate incident. I've no idea what was going on. We're all green on this side. Maybe it was because of SpaceX.
Yeah.
I'll blame the SpaceX then. Matthias Jensen, Alfie Rigby of the RSR fame. Here is the current situation between the two of them. The gap is 0.3 of a second between himself of Alfie Rigby and Jensen is 0.4 of a second behind Teekins. So it's almost like the paddle.
Oh no, there's been drama in the bus stop, Ross. Drama in the bus stop. Sorry, drama in the bus stop. I don't know what's happened. It looks like, oh no, Kyaski went in too hot. Oh, he hit Campbell. A little tap on Campbell, but it caused a concertina effect, and I'm not sure what's happened. And they are all coming back in, but Campbell is at the back of the pro field now. Now, is there damage?
No, he went through. He had to wave a black flag.
He had to take the slowdown. Yeah, he had to take the slowdown. So all that work at the start of the race is now gone. But also, they are now quite far behind the rest of the pro field.
I see exactly what happened. You want to see exactly what happened? Here's exactly what happened. Oh, and he lost his bearings, and then just, you see, he lost his bearings. He forgot. He got attached to the rear end of the car.
Tunnel vision.
Yeah, he got tunnel visioned.
Well, here's something I never thought I'd be saying. RSR versus RSR Vector. As Thomas Axe finally gets around Christian first, they took it too wide around a lot of these corners. Sean Campbell is just battling, but he's not in the right place. There's been a chaos at the back. That's Egby almost looks like Egby. Yeah, Egby did it. Ooh, he just got way too fast there. And he picks up some wing damage as well. Was that from when Julian Bell? That's no. Oh no! Kyaski hit him. Yeah. Kyaski trying to get around. And will Egby reverse his to? Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a tough one between Kai and Egby. Because you can understand what Egby's trying to do. You know, he's trying to get off the track. But the only thing he can do, the only way that Kai can go is on the off. It's on the runoff. So that's very interesting. Yeah, I'm not sure what you can do with that. By the way, Aski versus Bell.
Oh my crikey! Sorry, Christian Furs side by side through Blanchimont with Campbell, who went around the outside, and he stuck it. Look at this! Look at this! side by side. Mr. Man took the brave pill.
Better than Harry Wills on Monday night. I said it.
Oh my crikey. How did he manage? How did he manage to keep it glued to the floor? Now, amateurs. What's up, amateurs? How you doing?
Well, amateurs looking nice.
I mean,
aren't they?
There's a gap of 5 seconds.
Well, forget about the leader. I mean, no offense, Andrew. You know, we're not forgetting about you. Nice little battle for the P3. Nick Critterton in VRT versus the Midlands Sim Racing Callum Beaumont Lamborghini.
It's actually Simland Racing. It's Racing Mid.
We're not doing this again. Yeah, we're not doing this again. It's like you with the high-vis jackets for RLR Brucey Esports. No, we're not doing it.
Yes, we are. And just like that, Craig King has resigned himself to his fate of having to deal with a perpetual child known as me.
The perpetual child. Right, back to the back. Okay, so Sean Campbell's back into 10th, right? He's battling Thomas Axe. He's 2 seconds behind where he should be, which is P6, 7, and 8. That's between Eggerson, Danes, and Wills, and a nice little battle. By the way, that little damage Danes has got hasn't really affected the splitter too much. I'm gonna be keeping eyes glued on Danes when they come around through Stavlot down onto the straights to Blanchemont, just to see if he loses any time to Harry Wills. The answer is a resounding no. He's right on the back of Louis Eggerson. He wants to make a move onto Louis Eggerson, lifts a little bit for Blanchemont, and then gets on the throttle earlier, which means he's got a nice bit of speed for the bus stop. But he's going to have to take it around the outside as Eggerson just goes. I think Eggerson's overcooked it. He's overcooked it. Harry Wills tried to get a little bit of the piece of the pie right there, but Eggerson manages to correct it, keeps that P6, but he's under threat. You can see with the line he was taking there, almost over breaking that corner, almost understeering. And look, he's gone wide again into the source. Chris Danes, if he wanted to, could have taken that too wide going down to Eau Rouge, but decided against it, wisely against it. We're coming down to an hour. We've had 15 minutes in the race. I'm starting to think that maybe we'll see pit stops shortly.
It depends. It depends on if they want to go for that undercut. Sorry, we did have a pit stop. Mr. Julian Bell's in the pits.
Oh, did not see that.
By the way, if you're still having issues with YouTube, reload the page. It'll fix it for you. You can thank YouTube later.
Yeah, we're doing all we can at the moment. Unfortunately, it is not problems at our end.
Welcome to YouTube.
Yeah, we do apologize. The only plus side is that the VOD will be available ASAP. So we will be able to provide you with that, of course. If you're watching this on the VOD, hi, we're from the past. Hi, nothing's happened in the past. Right, so let's get back. Yeah, you're right. Julian Bell did go for a pit stop.
Mark Bailey's gone backwards. What's happened? Oh, we've had an accident in amateur. Oh, quite a big one. Oh, and he was caught up. Oh, poor man. Poor Mr. Man.
No way you can actually slow down there.
Oh,
you're already going.
Who is that? That is crunch of an Eclipse car. Is that Dodd?
I will have to see. Chris Chatterton, Simon Dodd. Simon Dodd and Josh Rayfield got together.
Oh, Simon Dodd was the one that made it out. He touched with one of the Lamborghinis. Who was that Lamborghini?
Josh Rayfield. Josh Rayfield was in front of him.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Mark Bailey. Oh, there was nowhere for him to go. And it's just like, oh dear.
Doggone Pete Tong. Now, Sean Campbell, by the way, you know how I was saying, oh, he's got to make up 2 seconds? Yeah, he's on the back of Harry Wheels already. And in front of them, Chris Daines continues to look for a way around Egerton. He's not thinking of any fuel saving right now, Daines. He just wants to get around. He wants to send that Eclipse Audi ahead of a Project Dynamic car and just can't do it. And why they battle and why they hold up Harry, Sean's there. And he's also brought an RSR car with him as Thomas Axe just gets the slipstream. And now we've got a 4-car gaggle, make it a 5-car, and it may even be 6 in a minute if Christian Furth gets involved. Who wants to get around? Well, I'll tell you right now, these guys are 10 seconds behind, not even the main pack, the second pack. That's like a second behind. So, has some work to do if they want to get back up here. And of course, because it's an endurance race, you get all the points in one go. All 100 points are given out in one race. They're not split between the 2 races. That's big implications when it comes to drop weeks, because ideally you want your best week to be an endurance week, and if Campbell has his worst result in a drop week, then, you know, in an endurance race, that might not be good in terms of the championship, and especially when, of course, you've got Teekens, Rigby, Jensen at the front, Armstrong in 4th, and Dreyer in 5th, so the guys you want to be fighting are 5 places up the road, and 8 seconds ahead of you. Going to be tough.
Sean Campbell seeing the battle looming ahead of him as Louis Egerton overtakes Chris Daines coming into the bus stop, and it's now a 5-way gaggle as Thomas Axe has now caught up to the rear end of Sean Campbell. Sean has to make moves and get past as soon as he, well, dare, really. As soon as he can possibly dare and try and do it. He just has to make sure that he does.
Kajdaski's in the pit, sorry. Kajdaski's in the pit, and we saw an overtake in the amateurs as Nick Critterton takes P2 from Linmo. So now 2nd, 3rd, and 4th are all in a battle together. Is that Will Egby having a spin? No, he's coming into the pit. He's taking his first pit stop. 20 minutes in the race, and we're seeing legitimate pit stops right now as Milan Teekens tightens the screw and pulls a 2.5 ahead of the RSR guys. But enough about that. This amateur battle looks nice. What? Why did I say it like that? Can Linmo make the move? He goes around, and I think Critterton's just accepted it.
Well, he has.
What can you do?
Well, what can you do
against a Ferrari?
Well, no, with the Ferrari with that speed. Looking at the inside, coming on out through Lake Coombe. Ooh, a bit spicy, isn't it?
Look at Beaumont. Look at Beaumont. He tried to look like he wanted to go for a little bit of a send into Purcell's. Decides against it. These 3 for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Having a nice barn burner right now. They're just continuing to keep the pressure on. Critterton looks like he wants to make a move wisely. Linmo decides to take the middle of the track, hold up Critterton, but now he's got a great run through the exit of Pujon. Might take it too wide, but Linmo in the inside spot, almost touching, and I think that might hold up Critterton. That might also hold up Beaumont. It doesn't, as Linmo continues to keep that P2. Beaumont, he's trying to make a move in campus. Are you crazy, Callum? Decides against it. Into Stavlot they go. Now that could hold up Beaumont. What speed can he get out of Stavlot down into Blanchimont? It'll be interesting to see. The gap is still 0.7 though between these 3 cars. Giving us a nice show there. The Midland Sim Racing Lamborghini, the VRT Audi, and the slow-mo Ferrari, which isn't slow today.
Callum Bowman's going to have to try and see if he can get by them at any stage. Just trying to sneak up. Well, he tried to sneak up on them. But, like, at this point, it is essentially a concertina effect. And it's giving this man, Andrew Miller, just everything he needs to just sort of keep cruising. I mean, that's all he's doing right now. He's cruising. He was 1.5 seconds faster than everybody else in amateur on that last lap. alone.
Alone?
Well, I mean, look at it. They're all doing 219s, 220s. He's the only one in amateur that's done a 218.
In a BMW. Nevertheless.
In the big chunky boy called the M4 GT3, yes.
You know, when you've got that Ferrari with top end speed, and he's beating a car that's faster on the straights than he is, and it's doing a really good job in doing that. You know, really impressed with Lindmo's performance tonight. But what can he do when you've got, you know, when you've got the likes of Miller just destroying at the moment with that M4?
And you have this train of, oh dear Lord, please get out of my way. As Armstrong is catching up to the rear end of the RSR boys who are falling backwards. And Milan Tigans, he's just up the road. He's 2 seconds. He's broken the rear end slipstream that he had or was giving to Alfie Rigby. So now Rigby will have to keep charging. He does have a faster best lap time over Milan Tigans. However, on that last lap, I think they were doing two. Uh-oh. No, Rigby, no. Oh, Rigby. Rigby, I know you're still there, buddy. But where is he? Uh-oh.
Oh, Sean Campbell, you cheeky devil! Goes around the outside of the bus stop, into the inside of the bus stop to overtake Harry Wills. But he's on the outside when it comes down to the source. So like, Wills will take that, but no. Sean, if you make this position stick, no. Round the outside of the source, and Sean Campbell makes it stick. You cheeky devil! What a move! Again! This man likes to go around the outside, and Wills was not going to take no for an answer. He was going to keep fighting, and I honestly thought he was just thinking, maybe I try it. But no, he went for it.
He's trying it now.
He's trying it now. Can he make it, though?
Campbell has the inside line. That is Thomas Axe looking on the outside. It's going to be a Mika Hakkinen kind of move. No, he's pulled out.
Oh, touch! Oh, my dear words! That was a big shot there on Harry Wills, and that was also netcode because they weren't going fast enough for a car to go on two wheels like that. Really surprised at that, but great save by Wills. It almost looked like Wills just collected.
Oh, Wills. Oh. I think he took it. I think he was a bit too close for comfort. I mean, Armstrong was on the curb, or not Armstrong, Campbell was on the curbs. And I think
it's one of those things. It's one of those things that I think you've got to look at it. If both drivers could do better to make it safer, so if both drivers could have...
No, I disagree. I think
Campbell did have curb. Campbell could have gone a little bit more to the right with a little bit of curbing there.
Not really. I'll have this argument.
We can agree to disagree.
Okay, fair enough. I would have said I think Harry just turned in a bit too much. I mean, it's all, at the end of the day, it is a racing incident, but I think
I agree. He did turn a little bit too much, but you've also got to realize that sometimes you can ride that inside curb when you start doing the section of Lake Coombe.
You wouldn't want to do that in a GT3 car. It's one thing.
No, I do. Anyway.
By the way, Alfie Rigby, what is wrong with your internet? Oh my, you give me a heart attack every time you blink. And he's blinking constantly. And, well, I think Matthias is also thinking to himself...
Alfie? Alfie, where are you?
He's been blinking like this for the last lap and a half. Look at him. Look.
There he is.
Just... He's been blinking so hard. I feel like Matthias is screaming in his cockpit going, Alfie, plug the freaking cable back in. Ah!
Alfie's probably going right now. Mom, I need the internet. Mom, please, I need the internet.
Stop looking up Facebook memes.
Hang on, that's what I say to people when they use the internet, and it's true. They use Facebook. Oh dear. So Sean Campbell's got it all to do, by the way, and he might get it done. Kayaski finally comes out a few laps down. Harry Wills is battling Christian Furs right now. He is a man, I wouldn't say with rage, but he wants to get back up to where he rightfully deserves. Lindmo, by the way, goes into the pits. It is crucial for the amateurs right now. Haakon Lindmo with P2. He's in the pits with Crittenden, and Crittenden has gone out before him. Now, why is that? Did I just see Linmo go up on the jacks? Linmo took tires.
Oh. Oh dear. That is not good. He spent 15 extra seconds in the pits. Not one and a half. 15 extra seconds in the pits. Oh dear.
Just that he didn't take all the tires, but even still, he took tires. That's not good. And if he's taken a few tires, you know, he's not taking a full set. That's gonna really struggle with the car. It might help him at the end of the race. You never know. Track temps 23 Celsius though, 58% humidity, 73 Fahrenheit. If you wanted to get that in American standard. And Alfie Rigby decides he's going to take a pit stop, and he might start a chain reaction with everybody. Or please tell me that's him going in to try and fix his internet.
I can't tell where he is. The tracker's lost him. He keeps blinking too hard. There he is, and he's gone again. There he is.
Right, Sean Campbell just went purple. 2:17.779. He's on the back of Chris Daines. After basically having to back off after, you know, almost having a crash with Harry Will, well, they did collide. He's now up there, back there with Chris Daines. Once again, Chris Daines has been battling for the last 6 laps to try and get by Louis Eggerson, and just cannot. And you've got to start thinking, Chris, maybe it's time to start do some fuel saving and just try and see if you can overtake him through the pit stop, because you're kind of struggling right now. Look, again, he gets to this place where he's faster a little bit than Eggerson, but Eggerson takes the inside. The rightful defense there from Eggerson, nothing he can do. And now Campbell's right behind them. He's got a decision to make. Because
I think
if you look up the field,
every single amateur just went into the pits, by the way. I was wondering why the standings board was going crazy. No, everybody is just in the pit. Like a lot of the amateurs just went into the pits all at once.
Wow. By the way, Andrew Miller gets into the pits. That was the leader. Nick Crittenden was P3, now P2, almost 9 seconds behind. Either that's a combination of the battling Crittenden had with Linmo, or just Miller being a faster driver at Spa today.
Danes have been saving since the start. I mean, to be fair, I mean, he's glued to the rear end. I mean, if he's saving, sure, but he's giving the indication he's not trying to save. He's more trying to actually get past. Like, look at this. Remember Daytona? Yeah, we do, but, you know, if he was saving, he wouldn't be coming in right now. Ah! Anyways, Chris Daines in the pits. Oh, well, I think everybody's in the pits. Yeah,
everybody in the pits.
Everybody in the pits. Get in your pit box. Get your lunch boxes out.
Go on. I'll trade you. I'll trade you a baby bell for a penguin.
Oh, that's a hard deal. You got yourself a deal.
Oh, hello, John Australia's done it again. Look at him get out. Done it again for a second race at Spa this week. He's taken an early pit stop. He's 2 seconds. He was 4th. He was 3.5 seconds behind, and he's gone for.
He's short
gone
field.
For the short long. Yeah, he's gone for the short long stop. Will it pay off? And also, Alfie Rigby's come out right ahead of Jensen. And Matthias is just going to start thinking, I've got to deal with the blinker again. As I start saying that, he blinks.
Oh, no. Give the man a break. I can't even see him anymore. Like, he just... Uh-oh.
Where is he?
Rigby? Where are
Alfie?
you?
Alfie? He gone.
Can we get...
Oh, that, no, wait, that, yes, no, he... there it, oh my days.
Dear Lord.
Wow, 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 wow. Sorry, I can't resist doing the X-Files.
Dear Lord.
Right, so moving on. Let's look at the amateurs because, you know, it's very interesting now. Everything's happened when it comes to what happened with Lindmo. So Miller's there 8-9 seconds ahead. I've got to have to be the man that's brutally honest. Very quiet in the amateur field right now. No battles happening. Our battles... Well, there's no battles at the front, but you've got to start thinking that Jensen, you know, might have an issue. In fact, has Rigby just taken a slowdown? He has. Jensen goes up to P3. Interesting. Rigby had to serve a slowdown. Maybe now he won't blink. Maybe now he won't blink. Oh dear. Yeah, instead of where's Wally, where's Rigby? Meanwhile, in the pros, while they did those pit stops, by the way, Danes was still behind Egerton, and Campbell is right on their tail. Now, you got to remember that if Campbell gets past Danes, Campbell's not going to wait for Egerton, and he's just going to go for it. And in fact, would not be surprised. He's got a lot of speed right now on Danes. He might go for some late braking to Lake Coombe. He does. And I don't think Danes has got any response. He cannot. He cannot make it too wide. He's just not on that right path. So he yields. Campbell, championship leader, up to 7th. Can he make it 6th as he tries now to catch up to Egerton? As Egerton goes wide at Bruxelles. What can he do? He needs to... Remember the battle these two had at the end of Road America. Not last week, the week before. 2 weeks ago. The battle these two had. Campbell does have... Well, he has the one-up on Egerton. To put it rightly, you know. Egerson's probably looking like he wants a receipt. He wants to go by, but we'll wait and see. Keep looking. By the way, the front, you'll see on the timing tower, you're not missing anything at the front of the field. Drea's 2.5 seconds ahead, as you can see on the timing tower. Followed by Teekins and then Jensen is 1.5 seconds. Armstrong's there at 2 and a couple seconds behind as well. And Rigby, well, Rigby's somewhere in time and space. It is pretty much all I can say. Right, I want to look at Håkon Lindmo because that pit stop was fatal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. He's down in 6th right now. Currently with a that's not right. Do I have that right? Yeah, no, it is 6. Sorry, I got my number. I cannot count on my hand. That's what it is. He's seeing a battle right in front of him. Simon Dodd and Henning Haig, his teammate, versus the Eclipse Ferrari. And it looks like that Haig will get this move around. Well, he has to hit the brakes through Blanchimont. And that puts Dodd a little bit off. So Dodd's going to lose his position. Lindmo might just get... No, they come together. The Ferraris come together. And he spins. Haig. No. I think, with no offense, that's the slow-mo. Killing a slow-mo. I just want to watch the braking again. Oh, yeah, on braking, I think, yeah, on braking, Lindmo, for some reason, the car just turns right. And Dodd, you know, gets touched, loses all his stability, and goes into the back of Haig. Such an unfortunate event there. So that puts Haig up. Oh, sorry, that puts Limmo. Sorry, that puts him into 4th position. 12 seconds from where he was. So hang on a second. Rob told me it was 15 seconds extra he spent in the pits. Well, he's 15.5 seconds behind Raidillon right now, so that looks right to me. Meanwhile, behind them, Liam Ahern get past Matt Heatrick. They continue to battle. Simon Dodd and Callum Beaumont are battling belt and braces as well through Malmedy. They go side by side. Dodd's going to have the inside as he goes in with later braking. They touch. Oh, they're glued together. Callum Beaumont and Simon Dodd, they get through. They're still too wide into No Name. They're going to take it too wide out of No Name. They are, but just like with Harry Wills earlier, Dodd cannot make it stick, and Thomas Dandridge is right beside him right now. Dandridge will want to try and make that move. They touch, and Dodd goes around. I could see that. Oh, Dodd goes around and into the wall. I could see that happening. Just as he got touched, I could see the car was just, it just sent the car going, and Simon did everything he could. And oh no, he's been rear-ended from David Macon! No! No! Oh, Simon, why'd you rejoin there? Rejoin on the apex, Simon. No. Oh, Simon. Oh. Rob's gonna cry.
I am, yeah. I really am.
Now, what's happened to to Jensen? That's a very slow lap last lap. Did we miss something? Don't see anything. Unless I... Oh, he lost it at Pujon. Okay, yeah. Jensen was running P3. Now lost it at Pujon. So he's now down into 5th position. As Eggerson, Campbell, and Danes. Yep. These three continue to battle. That's 6th, 7th, and 8th. Danes with damage, and to be fair, on my screen, the splitter's a little bit pushed in, but the fins are all okay on the splitter, which is kind of crucial on a track like this. So he's also using the slipstream to his advantage, and look at that, he's lifting and he's fuel saving. This might be the period that some of these guys start to fuel save. If you're Jonas Dreyer, you're not fuel saving. Simply put, if you're Jonas Dreyer, you've short pitted, you just have to go for it right now and hope for the best. But the gaps at the front are pretty spread out at the moment. When we know where Alfie Rigby is, we'll tell you for the split second we see him. Apart from that, yeah, this battle for 6th, 7th, and 8th is where the main draw is at the moment in the pros. Eggerson, Campbell, Danes. Of course, behind them is Harry Wills and Thomas Axe. So that's one to keep eyes on, because those two are battling again. Harry Wills did get past Axe. He continues to make moves. Sean Campbell, is he trying to go around the outside of the source again? He tried it, but he just was not in the right position. Very weird, just trying to go around the outside there. But Harry Wills just holding on to Thomas Axe. That is a strong battle. It's for 9th and 10th. But a very strong battle at the moment. Up, Eau Rouge and Raidillon go. Eggerson, Campbell and Danes. As you're watching Harry Wills and Thomas Axe go up, I'm just watching to see if Campbell... I'll radio it to you. I'll give you the radio commentary because they're side by side going up Lake Coombe. You'll see it now. And Campbell cannot make it. It's just a tough corner to try and almost sliding out there. So through Malmedy, Danes wants to try and squeeze into the inside. He can't make it. Now does he try to look for a move going to Brussels? No. Lost all the momentum trying to make that move through Malmedy. A very risky move from Malmedy. It's doable. I'm not saying it's a dangerous move. It's doable. But was unable to do it. And it looks like Thomas Axe finally got past Harry Wills, and that must have been that mistake through Lake Coombe. No, they took it too wide. They took it too wide through Lake Coombe. And the inside was Thomas Axe as they came to Malmedy. Thomas Axe gets back to P9. Just looking quickly around the field again. Like I said, nothing major is happening in the amateurs. Lee Mahern and Matt Heatrick, though, are in a little battle for P5, but at the moment there is no serious racing. There are 33 minutes remaining at the moment. Alfie Rigby, he's 3 seconds behind James Armstrong. That's all I can tell you. So we have an idea of where Alfie Rigby is right now. Even if he is blinking like a strobe light, I would say would be the best way to describe that. So, here is the situation as it stands at the moment. Jonas Dreyer had a 2.5 second lead over Milan Tikins, but we know Dreyer had short fuel for this stint. In the amateurs, Andrew Miller is just on a warpath, almost 10 seconds ahead of P2. Nick Crittenden, Hakan Lindmo made a mistake and is currently hoping he can climb up the order with that weird tire combination because he accidentally took tires. That's the situation there. He's in fourth, by the way, Lindmo, trying to see where he can go. The battles at the moment is this 3-car battle between Eggerson, Campbell, and Danes. This is for 6th, 7th, and 8th for the pros. Danes, he gets a really good run. Is he going to try and make it around the outside of Bruxelles? He is. He's going to try and make the stick, but he cannot get on the throttle early enough. It's such a tough corner to get on the throttle when you're battling someone through Bruxelles, and he cannot make it. Campbell, it just feels like he's fuel saving. It just feels like he could make the move on Eggerson, but he doesn't want to. He's just going to hold on. That's what it feels like. 31 minutes remaining. As again, I just look at the relative and I just see Alfie Rigby flashing everywhere, and it's just like I can't pay attention. Chris Danes, by the way, he's not fuel saving. He's trying to find like the tiniest of holes in a jumper and just put his hand through that hole and rip it open. He's trying to get around Campbell through any means necessary, and he's right on the back of Campbell out of Stavelot. So what will happen as they come through Blanchemont? Nothing, because you need to be even if you want to try and thinking about making a move at Blanchemont. But it does mean Campbell has to go a little bit defensive, and he's okay at the moment. But both Eggerson and Campbell have a slide through the bus stop. Correct it and keep on going. And I see Alfie Rigby. These guys, by the way, they're battling. But at the same time, they can see the guys they're battling in front of them. Just gap between Eggerson and Jensen, that's 5th and 6th, is 5 seconds. So they're getting there. They're getting there. The half an hour mark ticks over. I'm just trying to do some maths in my head. When does Dreyer pit? I would say it will be in the next 5 minutes is when Dreyer pits. So that'll be for the pro battle. Campbell tried to take it too wide, and I think Eggerson just turned in too early. And now there's a little bit of a spin, and Campbell loses 2 places as Chris Danes gets by. Now Chris Danes wants to make a response. Does he have anything for Eggerson? He got too early! Oh, he hit Eggerson! Eggerson's off! Danes is off! Into the gravel, they're both off! Very late and aggressive move there from Danes! Wow! There was... Oh, sorry, Chris. I don't think there was a move on there. Try to get the overlap. Oh, yeah, he realised it and tried to slow down. He went onto the grass, though. Just sent Eggerson flying. Such a weird mistake. And Danes, yeah, he's slowing down. Does he have steering damage? Might have steering damage. I'm not entirely sure. Or is he just, he's letting Eggerson by? He realises the mistake. He's let Eggerson die. He doesn't have steering damage, but such a weird move. Jonas Dreyer in the lead at the moment. 3 second lead. 3 second gap, sorry. Again, I'm thinking in the next 2 laps or 3 laps, he comes into the pits. Remember, he short pitted. He erased a 3 second deficit to take a 3 second advantage. So he made up 6 seconds in the pits. Now that's a lot of liters that he's not done. So we're not talking 2 laps because of how big the track is. We're talking 3 laps before anybody else. I'm using Raidillon guesstimating service, so you can work it out yourself elsewhere because we're a guesstimating service. And Simon Dodd, yeah, I'm sorry, Simon. Mistakes happen. Mistakes happen. What happens if just a quick question there from the YouTube chat? What happens if Alfie Rigby is constantly blinking? Well, no one knows. This is the first time he's had this issue, so we don't know. There's Alfie. There goes Alfie. There's Alfie. There goes Alfie. Thomas Axe. So Sean Campbell finally gets by the issue of Chris Danes and Louis Eggerson. Now he's got Thomas Axe and Harry Wills. Just can't catch a break right now. Really is, he's out of the frying pan into another frying pan. And if he gets out of this one, he might be okay. Because he's nowhere near the fire. But it's getting closer to fire right now. I'm running out of analogies. Thomas Axe, by the way, he started 12th. He started 12th. He's now 7th overall. So he's made up some places. So to be fair, Sean Campbell's made up 5 places himself. So, some good racing from those guys in particular. And I'm just keeping my eyes elsewhere. There isn't a lot of battles going on at the moment. Well, there are battles going on at the moment, but it's not fighting. The real fight at the moment is that Campbell Axe Wills battle. Matthias Jensen taken 4th away from Rigby, as Rigby continues to have struggles with his internet. Thomas Axe comes into the pit. That is a surprise. Though I seem to recall he came in early. Chris Danes in as well. Probably to repair any damage he had. What about Louis Eggerson? Is Louis Eggerson still here? Yes. Yeah, still going. Somehow, and I mean somehow, that hit didn't give him any steering damage. Because he went 2 wheels. Eggerson went 2 wheels off there and somehow had no damage. And hang on 1 second, Thomas Axe, sorry, he pitted, sorry. Come out the pit, sorry, I was just I'm missing somebody. And I just remembered I was talking about Thomas Axe all that time, so do ignore me. Kayaski in chat after having his accident early on, retired the car. He's in YouTube chat right now. No 2-wide action this week. Well, the only man that's been taking it 2 wide this week is Harry Wills, but Casper de Court is trying his best to get up to Christian Furs and has some 2-wide action himself. BMW, it is a tough car, but it also is it's kind of a quick car around here when it comes to a Lamborghini versus the BMW, though I think people would take the Lamborghini just because of the straight line speed. Trying to make sure you don't understeer a lot around here in a BMW. That's the name of the game. And the court's having some issues. Is losing the back of Christian Furs. By the way, Christian Furs, 4th place in the championship. Currently running 8th. Some of these guys are going to have issues. And here comes Jonas Dreyer. As I predicted, he comes into the pits. Teekins will take the lead. Armstrong goes by him. Jensen's about to go by him. Do not expect to see Dreyer lead the field after this, because he will be taking on more fuel than the others because of his short pits. So we'll wait to see where he goes. Alfie Rigby also comes in for his pit stop. Probably just to pit to get out of every pit for safety due to what's happening with his internet. Sorry, you are watching battle. Sorry, it's Rob unfortunately is a little bit occupied at the moment, so we're watching this. I just had to take a swig of water. I do apologize. Be all right on the night, they say. Well, this is the RacingSimRigs World Series. Of course, RacingSimRigs sponsoring the series. Win a Pro and Am. Win a customized rig from the company. We're talking a proper 80-20 sim rig, or is it 84? I can't remember what the specification. I forget what the specifications are. Not very professional for me to say that. You see the pros. The pros are currently taking their pit stops, so we'll keep eyes on them. Amateurs as well. There. Well, current gap for Andrew Miller over Nick Crittenden is 9 seconds. So that just gives you an idea of like how well Miller's racing at the moment, but he's got one issue at the moment. There's a blinking car in front of him. That's also now disappeared. There it is, Alfie Rigby. No, he's gone. Alfie Rigby is in front of him because he just pitted and come out. So a little bit of an issue. Will spook a man. It just phases in. It just phased in there. It's like really is X-Files stuff, like I was saying earlier. Keep an eye on that. We'll keep an eye as well, because now we know Dre is pitted. When? We know where they're going. If they have to go to the pit stop, we know where their pit box is. When do they pit is the question. For the likes of Harry Wills, currently right behind Campbell, does he go for an undercut? Try and battle Campbell? Or does he decide, just stay behind, going when he does, take less fuel? Some crafty work is needed when it comes to fuel stops. 20 minutes remain in the race. So we know Dre. Where is Drea on the track? He's just come across the start finish line down into the source. That gives you an idea where he is, as we see once again Campbell and Wills go up Eau Rouge into Raidillon to the Kemmel Straight, and it just feels Harry Wills gets only 5 kilometers faster, 5 kmh faster than Campbell, so it's not enough for him to start looking at a move. Campbell's he got Eau Rouge and Raidillon down after the mistake, which, let's be honest, the reason why he's in 4th position is not because he's had a bad race. He's had a couple incidents, but he started 11th. Fastest man in practice, and a mistake on the first lap a slow first lap followed by a mistake on his second lap cost him a chance of a top 5 for Hyperpole. So the championship leader is in trouble when it comes to holding on to his lead. Simply put, where can you find the championship standings? RacingSimRigs do have their own website. RacingSimRigs World Series.com is the website, and you can see the World Series. You can see the current points, the current results as well, the team points as well. That's a key one, the team points, because at the moment it's very close. But there's no prizes for the teams; it's just bragging rights. But Campbell does have that 18-point lead over Thomas Axe. He's pitted as well. Thomas Axe hasn't really had a good race as well, but Chris Danes, he's also been in the wars. So when you think about it, the 3 that we need to keep our eyes on for the top 3 of the championship, they have almost a 100-point gap over P4. And they're in trouble right now. So in some respects, that's good. But is it? Is it good? Is it really good?
Well, it depends. It depends.
It depends, because yes, your guys you're battling with have also had bad results, but then you don't capitalize on it. So it's one of those things. And by the way, welcome back.
Thank you very much.
I'd like to say you've not missed anything, but we're still looking for Alfie.
You still... Where is he?
Yeah. He's here. Oh, he's fine. He's fine for the moment. For the moment, he's fine. Lead amateur, by the way, Andrew Miller in the pits. Zakaria Yama came into the pits as well. He's got P2. As the amateurs have taken different pit strategies right now. That's interesting to see. And does Linmo take tyres this time is the question? No.
He's still blinking, though.
Who, Rigby? Yeah, I know. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know where he is anymore. He's somewhere. So, Rob, how long is the pit stop at Spa on average?
On average, for those who haven't taken tyres, it's been 14 seconds. With tyres, it has been somewhere in the region to 25, 26 seconds, as they haven't taken all tyres.
So, Jonas Dreyer has a 35-second gap between him and Milan Tikins. The question is, how close does he stay to Tikins? Remember, he had to he short fueled the first pit stop and took a little bit more on the second pit stop. What will that do for him? Because I'm really curious. As Tikins, he goes around again. This is what we expect. Probably this lap or next lap. Some of these pros will be... Actually, no, I think it is this lap. These pros will be coming in. Sean Campbell and Harry Wills continue the battle, but Harry Wills has not had a good time. And it does look like he is just losing the slipstream of Campbell. He is indeed. I was about to see a battle between Andrew Miller and Matt Heatrick, and I realised Heatrick hasn't pitted yet, so it's not the most important thing in the world. Alfie B racing in the fourth dimension. He is racing in the fourth dimension. Probably the fifth, sixth, and seventh dimension right now. As we see. I'm trying to... Okay, I do apologize. I'm trying to find where the battles are at the moment with everyone just on their pit stops right now. It's all a little bit out of tilter, but Chris Danes and Christian Furs are having a little battle. As everyone around them starts blinking. Is that Alfie? That's Alfie Rigby in front of them. I think there's someone blinking behind them. As they continue to just battle on. Yeah. You got Rigby with Danes with Furs at the moment. So obviously Rigby took a little bit longer in the pits. Just to try and see if he could fix his internet issues. Anyway, Milan Tikins is at the bus stop. I'm thinking he pits now. We'll see. He does. He does. So, Alfie Rigby in... Not Alfie Rigby. Milan Tikins in the pits. Get my names wrong now. We've got 15 minutes left. Come on, Craig. You can do it. Where is Jonas Dreyer? He is just come out of Stavlot. I don't think he's got it. I do not think he's got that lead back, as I would expect. Tikins still driving to his pit box, though. Be right at the front. He started first, so he gets the front box. In the box right now. Where is Jonas Dreyer? He's coming up to the bus stop. It's going to be tight. Gonna be tight, actually. This could be a one for the cards. This could be something big. Comes across the start-finish line right now. Where's Tikins? He's just rolling out. Jonas Dreyer is braking for the source right now. Into the corner. What is the gap? The gap is 4 seconds. He hasn't made it. Mind you, though, 4 seconds is something. It's not much to knock home about. Pretty much kept on par with Milan Tikins, but he is in a battle with James Armstrong right now. The gap might be 1.2 seconds, but it's pretty safe to say that Armstrong and Dreyer will be battling for P2 at the moment, providing Dreyer does not have a slide through Raidillon like that. Wow.
Thomas Axe, by the way, also battling with Alfred Rigby and Sean Campbell. Campbell's now up into 6th position.
Campbell's had a bit of a rough time on this race, but coming out the pits, he loses the position to Harry Wills. That was very interesting to see him. Obviously, Campbell's taken some repairs, because that doesn't seem right. Yeah, 3 seconds. On my clock, it was 3 seconds longer. I think Wills is underpitted. That actually might be happened. Yeah, Wills is underpitted. Campbell's now in that battle with Thomas Axe yet again, so that makes sense. Does Wills have enough fuel to go to the end? Well, my ticker is showing 32.2 laps, which says to me that 33 laps. Of course, it would say to anybody, but there's no guesstimating of will they, won't they. It is definitely going to be 33 laps, sorry. So, Campbell's in a battle with Thomas Axe right now, who's had a little bit of a rough time himself. Those two battling on. And remember, we are talking about the top 2 in the championship. 0.7 of a gap, 0.8 of a gap. It's weird talking about the championship leaders all the way down here, down the order. But that's the way it is. And Chris Danes, he's only 5 seconds behind them. So, first, second, and third in the championship could finish in that order, but not, in that procession, but not in that order on the podium or the grid. But again, as I come home to, if that's the case, then you'd be kicking yourself, because then you've not gained. You've only gained a sliver of points where you could have taken advantage of your opposition having a bad race.
Jonas Dreyer catching up to James Armstrong. 7/10 of a second between the two of them. And it'll be interesting to see how they compare, though. I mean, how would we compare the two? Who's going to come out on top? Let's be realistic.
Do you know what? I think Dreyer's got this. But there's only 10 minutes left to go. Be curious to see what their lap times are now. Dreyer's obviously had some more laps on this stint. But the fuel's going to be almost identical. And actually, I say that. The ticker's gone to 31.98. We're in the danger zone. Because pretty much what this means that Milan Tikins controls the race right now. Because some of these drivers, they probably have fueled in time. But some of them might have gone for the underfuel. And then you're thinking, well, if it goes to 32, that means it's 33. Is it 32 or 33 laps? With that number at 31.98 right now, that is going to be crucial. We're talking seconds for Milan Tikins. But Jonas Dreyer through Leithorn just gets a much smoother line than Armstrong. And I would not be surprised. Forget about looking at the lap time between Armstrong and Dreyer. We're going to have to start looking at the lap time between Tikins and Dreyer. All right, there's 9 laps to go. There's probably only 9 minutes to go. There's probably only 4 laps to go. But if Dreyer's caught almost a second to Armstrong in the last lap and a half, what can he do if it's Tikins? Keep an eye on that. We have to keep an eye on that. Nothing else happening in the amateurs at the moment that I can see.
Miller's 10 seconds ahead of him.
Yeah, I know. It's bizarre. Absolutely bizarre. A great drive here. And by the way, here's the lap times. It was a 2:19. 2:18.982 for Tikins. Sorry. For Armstrong, it was a 2:18.940 and Dreyer a 2:18.268. Which says to me that Dreyer is on a warpath and Armstrong's gone a little bit wide out of Raidillon. And the sprint is on. Dreyer's got the inside and hello, is that a cheeky lap car of Chris Chatterton there? Oh, this is going to be good. Dreyer tries to block in Armstrong. It's not worked. Going to break late. Going to try and set it too wide into Lake Coombe. He does take it too wide. Oh, no. Dreyer's had a slide and had to restart this whole charge. He's only lost half a second, though. He's continued to push. He's lost time on Teakins. But that P2 would look very nice right now as Armstrong's gone wide into Bruce Sells. Going wide into Bruce Sells. Can't make it, Dreyer. But good run through No Name, and we could be looking at a move into Pujon. We're not. Gap is just way too much right now for Dreyer. He's going to have to reset, and I think that lap car didn't do anything wrong. I'm not saying it's the lap car's fault. I think the lap car just upset the rhythm of what those guys wanted to do on that corner. That's what it feels like to me. Continue to look at that battle. Sean Campbell continues to hold off Thomas Axe. Behind them, Chris Danes just gets past Alfie Rigby. Yeah, Alfie Rigby is still there. At the moment, I'm not going to talk about him because he may start blinking. Yeah, it's only fair to you know, not mention it because we'll probably curse him. Again, amateurs, nothing happening in the amateurs per se. Everything is so spread out in the amateurs. I would love to give you stories in the amateurs, but again, Miller's 9 seconds ahead of Nick Crittenden, who's like 3 seconds ahead of Yama, who's 9 seconds ahead of Linmo. Again, does the tyres come back to haunt Linmo? That accidental tyre play, does it come back to hurt him? Well, he's now only 13 seconds behind Crittenden, and he lost 15 seconds on on that pit stop. So it does go to say, all right, he's gained a lot of time because he probably fresher tyres. Might have blown a podium with that move. As Sean Campbell loses the position to Harry... Oh, he didn't lose the position to Harry Wills. Harry Wills took less fuel and was able to go to the end. I don't know what I'm saying. What am I saying?
What are you saying?
I'm saying there's 6 minutes to go. The timer is still saying 31.98, which means it's still 32 laps. And even after that mistake from Dreyer, he continues to push on to Armstrong. He might have to accept that the victory's gone, but he can make a P2. He can throw, I would say, a spanner in the works, because he's currently sitting down in 8th position. But if he gets the marbles, you know, if he gets a better cut of the marbles, that's going to hinder James Armstrong's chance of climbing closer to the podium. He's gonna leapfrog Christian Furst after this race. That's a given. But he's not going to get closer. But if he gets a P3 over a P2, Armstrong's not going to get closer to Chris Danes, Thomas Axe, and Sean Campbell, who themselves are not having the race that they expected. They're still battling between them in that order, Campbell, Axe, and Danes. But it's not happening. Again, as Teakins crosses the line, I pay attention to what the lap timer says. 4:33, 4:32. I'm looking at what it says. It is still 31.97. It's gone down by 0.07. So we are having 32 laps. I can't see any way that Teakins lets that go right now. Just like a nice swig of water. I apologise. I never like dead air, but that's the way it goes.
Yeah,
Dreyer.
I'm sorry about that. I'm having to deal with other issues. So.
No, it's fine. It's fine. Dreyer, by the way, he's got a move on Armstrong. He's going to try and make this work around the outside again, but Armstrong's seen it before. Probably not this time. Look how late! Oh, Dreyer's not made the mistake this time. He has overcooked it a little bit. Oh, he has. He thought if he could brake late, he might be able to set himself up, but actually the over-under's in effect in play right now. He can't make it. Sells the dummy on Armstrong. Tries to look around. Can't make it. Can he go over under again into Bruce Sells? No, he can't. But he's right on the tail. He's pushing. Again, faster than the top two guys once again. but nowhere for go for Dre to make this move. He might have to start thinking about Ascend. It's just getting like that. Eggerson, by the way, disqualified. Not see what happened to Eggerson. That's a big yikes.
Raidillon, the only corner I don't need any.
Wow.
Oh, dear.
Wow, Louis. That's right. He's bad-mouthing Raidillon.
That's a bit of a BM, innit?
Yeah.
Bad mouth in our good name. Look like that.
Not fair. Not fair. What is fair, though, is this battling. Because let's be honest, Armstrong and Drea are racing hard and racing fair. I think it be said, though, with Thomas Axe and Sean Campbell. I want to keep eyes on that as well, because that might be for 6th and 7th. That's the championship leaders as they continue to come by. Chris Danes is also in a little battle with Alfie Rigby. I think Alfie Rigby, it would be horrible if his internet finally decides it's fine now. With, like, you know, the final lap to go. Mantikins crosses the line. Gonna be tight. But I think it is definitely the white flag. It is. This is the final lap. Tikins the 2.5 second lead over his teammate Armstrong. Armstrong battles Jonas Dreyer. What can be done? What can be done? Dreyer needs a good run out of Eau Rouge and Raidillon, and he needs Armstrong to make a mistake. And I wouldn't say it's not happened, but Dreyer's got more run. He's got a better run out of Raidillon. Does he go again for the 3rd time? He tries to go around the outside at Les Combes. Breaks late. Turns in. He might have had it this time. 3rd time's the charm. Side by side into Malmedy they'll go. Does he keep this? He keeps this. Little bit of touching. He slides but keeps it. Side by side down to Bruxelles. This one's going to be the tough one. Can he make it stick around the outside of Bruxelles? Armstrong losing it on the apex. They're still side by side. Still side by side. He cannot make it. Dreyer cannot make it. And still he tries to go around. Still he tries to find a way. He could look for Ascend into Pouhon. It might be his last gasp. It's not at the moment. Gonna have to wait. Gonna have to wait. Looking at that battle between Campbell and Axe, though, they went side by side for a lot of those corners. The same corners we were talking about, and Axe cannot make the move. Dreyer still can't make the move. Well, look at Axe and Campbell. Still nothing happening there. Axe looked at a move down into Pouhon. Could not make it. Into campus goes Dreyer and Armstrong. Tikins is just watching this in his rearview mirror going, I hope my teammate gets this. A 1-2 in endurance race would be great for Project Dynamic. Continues. Here they go. Down to the last straight. Tikins just has to survive at Blanchimont. He's practically got the victory. But meanwhile, Armstrong and Dreyer, and there's nothing left here. Dreyer's going to have to go for a stand. He's going to have to go for a move. You'll see Milan Tikins take the victory, but Dreyer's trying to go around the outside. He's gone around the outside. It's going to be a drag race of P2, and Jonas Dreyer at the last gasp will take P2 away from James Armstrong. Let's get back to Axon Campbell. What a battle that was, but Axon Campbell, it looks like the championship leader. He might get the P6. He gets out of this somehow. Somehow Sean Campbell gets out of this, gaining points on his rivals. Sean Campbell gets a crucial P6. Thomas Axe gets a P7. And Chris Danes gets a P8.
And well, what about Andrew Miller? He's actually coming across the line in, well, he's coming across the line in 1, 2, 3. He's coming across the line in 10 seconds.
A little bit more.
A little bit more, maybe.
Yeah, a little bit more. And he will dominate. No words about it. Domination from Andrew Miller today. Wins in the amateurs. And it's going to be Nick Riordan getting a 2nd place for VRT. And Zachary Ayama will also, for VRT, get a 3rd place. Linmo will come across the line shortly. What could have been if not for accidental tyres. Such a shame. Such a shame there for Linmo. P4 is nothing to shake hard about. Heatrick will take 4th. Ahern will take 5th. little late battle here between Haig, Dandridge, and Beaumont. Doubt anything will come of it. It will not. Some nice battling all the way down the field. So that will be the final positions. I think John Williams is the last car on the lead lap. He is. He's going to be finishing off proceedings. And we can, once he crosses the line, we can say that this has been confirmed. Milan Tikins takes victory. He takes the victory. He's got a Project Dynamic procession here with Jensen just joining in. The RSR guys just joining in. Tikins take the victory over Jonas Dreyer. Made up 3 places overall. That pit strategy, fantastic once again. And what a move at the end of the race. James Armstrong will take P3. Jensen falls 2 places and gets a 4th. Harry Wills gets 5th. Sean Campbell. What a drive. 5 places, but what could have been. Campbell gets 6th. But his championship rival, Thomas Axe, gets 7th. And then the other championship rival, Tris Daines, makes up 8 places. That's a great drive. But only comes home in 8th. So the top 3 come home in that order in the pros. Alfie Rigby comes home 9th. Casper de Court will be 10th and Christian Furs 11th. 2 of the amateurs as Andrew Miller dominates. Just started pole for the amateurs, kept it. Midland Sim Racing with victory once again as Andrew Miller takes it by 7 seconds, over Nick Crittenden, followed by Zachary Yama in 3rd position. Hakon Lindmo for slow-mo takes a P4. Matthew Heatrick will be P5 for the amateurs. Then it's Lee Mahern, Henning Haig, Thomas Dandridge, Callum Beaumont, Lyden Lee, and John Williams all on the lead lap. David Meakin, Chris Chatterton, Mark Fleming, and Dean Timms all finish 1 lap down. Then Louis Eggerson disqualified near the end of the race, 3 laps down. Josh Rayfield and Simon Dodd, I think they came together at the same time. Both of them finished 16 laps down. And Kai Askey, with that little unfortunate incident trying to avoid Will Egby, finishes 20 laps down. With Will Egby 23 laps down, as is Mark Bailey. Alex Holmerson will be 24 laps down. Julian Bell, 26 laps down. James Pearce 28 laps down, and finally Harry Melvin and Levi Johnson will be 30 laps down.
It's the end, Craig. We have to end the show.
We have to end the show.
Breaking my heart.
I know, it always breaks my heart. What a great finish, though. What a great finish. If you like what you see, once again, apologies for the issues with YouTube. It was out of our hands, unfortunately, but if you like what you see, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course hit the bell. I really sound like an influencer. Hit the bell and you'll be notified of when we are scheduling a event to go live for our broadcasts. A shout out to our Discord channel underneath the video, and also trackcams22.com providing these cameras. Look at that procession. You get the idea. You get the idea. By the way, if you want more from Raidillon TV, we'll be back. Hopefully Friday night, the finale of the European Sprint Series at Le Mans. And then Sunday, the finale of the Huskenveld GT Challenge. But I gotta go back just quickly a little bit because we do have a race tonight, because Season 2 of the RSR Americas Series starts tonight. Later on, my times are bad. I want to say it's 1 o'clock GMT. 7 Eastern if you're in America. Unfortunately, I will not be there. Rob is about to take a power nap, I'm pretty sure.
I think I am,
so, yeah, to be a power nap for Rob. So, we'll send it here. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. We will see you next week. Until then, I have been Craig King.
And I have been Robert O'Brien.
And this is Raidillon TV, the only corner you need. Good evening.